off the list because of concerns over the infection rates there.
We're joined now by Jonathan Smith from the trade body for the travel industry, ABTA, and Robert Owen, who owns a bar in Cala de Mijas in southern Spain. Good morning to you both. Jonathan, I suppose we should start with you before we find out just how excited Robert is about this. We should start with you in just terms of notice and the timing of this. It's only been less than a month since the quarantine measures and rules were introduced.
Yeah, well, we're very excited about this too. It's clearly very good news for the travel industry. We've been calling on the government to put out a roadmap on how to restart international travel for some time. The industry has obviously been going through a very difficult period. And what this will do, it will kickstart bookings for the summer and people can look forward to a summer holiday. What we really need, though, is confirmation of those lists of countries, which is really important, the date and the change of the FCO travel advice, which currently advises against all but essential travel.
But also, I suppose, what you will be advising and your operators will be keen to know is the rules and the responsibilities they have to take in terms of advice when it comes to safety.
Safety is absolutely important. People need to know they can travel with confidence. Operators have been preparing for this as much as they can for some time. It's very likely that people's holiday experience won't be the same as they have expected. There'll certainly be rules in place around airports and on airplanes. And if they're going on a package holiday, there might be changes around, buffet-style restaurant systems, and there'll be table service in place. So there will be slight changes in place, but it's all about making sure that the holiday experience is safe and enjoyable.
So let's have a chat with Robert. Morning to you, Robert. So you are a bar and snack bar owner. This is in Cala de Mijas, and we can see the beautiful blue skies there. Why wouldn't someone want to go to Spain and come to where you are? Are you very optimistic that as these restrictions around quarantine coming back to the UK, are you optimistic that'll mean a lot of people do travel?
Yes, I am, and we're here and we're ready and waiting for all our friends and family to come back over to see us again.
You'll be aware, though, Robert, that people might, even those who are prepared to get on a flight and come out there, might be worried about, in practice, what will it be like? How different will it be from the experience they may have had before? Can you give us a sort of, how are you handling that side of things?
At the moment, we still have social distancing on our terraces, on the large sunny terrace that we have here. We have hand sanitizers everywhere for people. The toilets are checked and cleaned on an hourly basis. But on the beaches as well, the beach bars are now all open. There are people patrolling the beaches, guiding people, giving them advice on anything they want. And we're here and we're waiting.
Now, I don't know, Robert, whether you saw it, but this week in the UK, Bournemouth Beach particularly, we had a very hot day. Everyone jammed the beaches, and there was a lot of concern about that situation. Can you paint me a picture of what the beaches are like there?
The beaches are safe here, and they are patrolled regularly by people who have now been employed by the council here to give people advice on the distancing they should be keeping apart from each other. There won't be as much overcrowding because there's a lot of space here and people will be here to enjoy themselves.
Rob, how concerned are you about the nature of having a bar and alcohol being served? It's something we've spoken about in terms of people kind of go in with good intentions, you have a couple of drinks and perhaps those intentions can waver.
I agree with you, but it's in the cafe bar that I have, it's much easier obviously to control. And people, once, as you've quite rightly said, that when they are in the bar, once they've had a few drinks, they can get a little bit loose. But we have good regular bar staff who just point people in the right direction, ask them to sit down when they have to, and we're still social distancing in the bar.
Do you think you're going to need to be kind of almost more interventionist with your customers, or your staff are going to be?
Possibly. We'll just be firm but fair.
Can I ask, Jonathan, there are some areas of this, and I know the official announcement of the countries is on Monday. There's this curious period of time, and this has happened once or twice during the coronavirus pandemic, where we're told that there is going to be an announcement. And so we're in this strange area. For example, though, we're told that Portugal is not expected to be on the list. But obviously, anyone who knows those parts of the world knows, well, you could fly to Spain, couldn't you? And you could go to Portugal, and then you could fly back from Spain. Parts of this, in practice, don't make much sense.
I think we'll have to wait and see what countries are on that list when it's announced on Monday. But what's important is the government is taking a risk-based approach to this. What we had before was essentially a blanket ban on all travel, on all countries, irrespective of the prevalence of the pandemic in those countries, whether they were in a similar situation to the UK or even less developed. So what we're now going to have is a traffic light approach with countries opened up for travel, and that's the main thing.
Rob, can I just ask, on a practical note, I know that the official rules are no one's been able to go on holiday, you know, all non-essential travel has been banned. Have you had British holidaymakers who've been out there for a week, who've told you their stories, who've just done it anyway?
No, we haven't actually. We haven't had any tourists at all as of yet. So the people are here obviously are the locals who are here and all the expats and people who got stuck in lockdown while they were here. But no tourists or British tourists as of yet.
Robert, what are the locals and the expats who are already there? I mean, have they actually quite enjoyed not having swathes of tourists around? I know in a business sense, obviously in a business sense, you need it, don't you? And it's important, of course. But just in terms of like peace and quiet and enjoying their local community, how have they felt about it?
It has been a different experience for all of us who live here. But it's like everything. It's a family that we have. It's a big expat community. But it's like we miss our friends coming over, and that's what we want. And we want to have them back here.
Jonathan, can I just ask you one last thing? There is something curious about this in a way, which is, of course, that we're opening up these corridors to all these countries which have less risk than us currently. By and large, that's the reality. For them, in a way, you'd be thinking, well, why would they want Brits in their country?
Well, their governments will be looking at this from a risk-based approach as well. However, a lot of these countries are hugely dependent and reliant on the economy of tourism, especially over the summer. There are 16 million Brits that tend to head out to Spain every year, and they'll be desperate to get us over there for their businesses and for their communities that haven't been in a position to welcome tourism for the past few months.
Good to speak to both of you.
I've got one more question to Rob, actually.
Robert, and it's lovely seeing the sun and the smiling face.
I'm drawn to Robert this morning. I really am.
Come over and see me.
Anytime. As soon as I'm allowed, Robert, I promise you. I will definitely make an effort. Listen, I've noticed you're wearing the mask. You've obviously got it under your chin at the moment. Is that one of the things that if customers are coming in, is that one of the rules there for wearing masks?
Not for the customers, no. They're not glued to wear them when you're inside the restaurant or inside the bars. It's just when you're out, if you go in a taxi or into the actual shops themselves, they do ask you to wear the masks. But it becomes just part of you. You get used to it and you do it.
Oh, it's been really good talking to you both, actually. Now we can thank. Take care. Good luck. Robert Owen, their bar and snack owner for us in Cala de Mijas, and Jonathan Smith from ABTA as well. Thank you very much for your time.
Let's see.